Hello, today I'm presenting an app that I designed most recently called Word for You. It is an app mainly focused to provide Chinese English learners good experience, not only in preparing vocabulary for all kinds of English exams like GRE or GMAT, but also in daily casual learning. As I am personally from China, I know that today more and more people in China are preparing either their domestic professional English exams or exams they need for studying abroad. More people are realizing that English as a world language is very important as a tool. They are also willing to learn using their spare time. Before we dig into the apps, let's get to know some basic facts first. As we all know, Chinese writing system is sort of like pictographs, which is greatly different from Western alphabetical writing systems. Unlike seeing Spanish or French, and you may have a hint for the words or sentences, when you see the last sentence on the screen, which stands for "Hello, I like to learn English words in Chinese," you may have totally no idea of the reading and meaning of the sentence. So, same here for the Chinese people when seeing English, and it makes them even harder to learn English and its vocabulary. I researched the major English learning apps for Chinese people and found there are three good examples. They're called Baicizhan, Shanbei, and Towards. Shanbei is an app that provides rich contexts, more study plans, and social functions, while Baicizhan is the one that fits for most people to start quickly and use small pieces of time slots. In my opinion, they are neck to neck. Towards, in my mind, doesn't quite stand out in the three apps. However, actually, they'll have good features that other apps can learn from, and moreover, to do the research uh, for what competitors are doing help me greatly understanding the industry and help me greatly in starting from scratch designing my own app. After conducting some initial user research for my target users, I finished a proto persona for the app. Jason Liu, who is 30 years old, works as a project manager in a tech company in Seattle, Washington. Despite his busy work, he uses his part time to study for the GMAT exam, which he will use to apply for an MBA program. For the long run, he also wants to use his app to fill his lunch breaks to learn something new casually. His native language is Chinese but has been learning English since school time for years. Based on previous user research and the persona, I also found his problems and listed the following problem briefs. The first thing and the most important one is context. As I mentioned before, he is an English as a secondary language learner. Sometimes hard memorizing and analog don't work for him. Providing him a rich context for each word will be more useful and efficient. The second thing is that he needs to create a time limited plan which helps him finish preparing vocabulary before the exam. This requires the app have a feature of customizing the plan. The last one is motivation. The app needs to keep him motivated and sends him encouragement on his finishing the goal on time. Based on above problems, I made a sample hypothesis statement for the app, which was we believe that by creating an app that provides rich context sentences and paragraphs that link to each new words in a flashcard format for Jason, we will achieve the goal of helping him better prepare vocabulary for the GMAT exam. Knowing all about the above information, I was able to create two major user flows for this app. The first user flow is to creating or revising a study plan, and the second one is to finish a daily study plan. So for the first user flow, Study plans will help users to assign works and finish learning before their schedule ends. The original design of this flow contains either entering a plan end date or entering a plan duration. This way, the app will know users' end date for their desired study duration. Users can also revise the plan at any step when creating the plan or after the plan is created in the dashboard page. So the second user flow is to finish a daily study plan. By finishing the flow every day, users will finish their study plan eventually. It will contain certain numbers of words every day based on study plan length. The longer the plan lasts, the less word a user will need to study every day. A single word card will contain hints, I know the word well, and 3 choices. Hints are for showing additional contexts. I know the word well is for users who already know the word and don't need to see the word appear again in the future. And finally, users will choose a right answer from the 3 provided choices. I use an app called Adobe Comp on my iPad for drawing the initial lo-fi wireframes to show the basic structures and flows of the app. So prototypes for these wireframes are also built on the Marvel app. Based on the proto persona and his direct tasks, I transformed them into scenario tasks and conducted the usability tests. It contained 4 scenario tasks. 1. You are preparing for the GMAT exam. You find this app called Word4You in the App Store and downloaded it. You want to use this app and to create a 65-day study plan to cover all GMAT words. Browse the app and find a place to start. This scenario task is to test app launching, onboarding, dashboard, and user flow 1. 2. For the first word you met during today's study plan, you are not sure what it means. Try to find out more examples or contexts. This scenario task is to test the study process. 3. Finish the remaining part of the study plan. This process is to test user flow 2. 4. Review the words you have learned today. This scenario task is to test the daily review function. The usability test helped me greatly in understanding what our target users need, and after summarizing and revising the prototype, the following major usability issues have been revised to meet target users' expectation. For the first problem, I treated it as a usability catastrophe because all of my interviewees failed in the test, either not able to see the toggle bar or being confused about the information. As it is a must-have feature in this app, I revised the user flow from the left 2 images to the right 3 images. The original flow contains 2 pages switchable using a toggle. The first image showed the function for the users to enter a plan duration, and the second image showed to select plan end date. They aim to tell the app how long the duration is going to last, but toggle is not clearly showing what it means. Users treated it as optional, and some even could not see it. I revised the toggle into one page by first giving users an option to enter a number indicating their desired plan duration, as in image 3, and showing users the finishing date under this duration as in image 4. And at last, 3 options of convenient plans are also listed. If a user clicks the radius button, it will automatically replace the text area and show the new finish date as in image 5. For the second usability issue, I treat it as a major usability problem. During a daily study plan, when a word appeared, and if the user was not familiar with the word, He or she may want to see more contexts and hints for the word. In old version wireframe, a small hint word is shown under the main word right side as in image 1. However, during usability tests, interviewees responded that it is hard to notice. I revised the wireframe, turning the hints into a button and place it at the bottom right corner as in image 3, and also increase the context font size. For the third usability issue, it is similar to the previous one, but with I know the word well function. The function was designed to remove the word entirely from future review lists, as clicking this button means users already knew the word very well. However, during usability tests, interviewees were confused about what it means and where it could take them. I revised the wireframe by adding an information icon clearly explaining the info and also changing it into a button with text kill the word, which may make more sense to my users. The last major usability issue is when creating a study plan, the confirmation page is redundant to the interviewees. Most responded that they only expect one-page confirmation including all information. Per their wish, I merged the two-step plan confirmation page into one, showing all the information users needed as their last step of creating a plan. Besides the above major usability issues, there were also some small usability issues from interviewees' feedback. Like users want to take a quiz to decide his level for GMAT, and users are confused about the meaning of plan card page word left, and users complain that hints part fonts are so small, and users who want to execute the plan strictly don't want to change the plan easily. So based on their feedback, I made some changes to the app, to the design of the app, listed in the recommendation column. I have also included a prototype for the revised prototype for this app. It is built on Envision app. To summary, I really enjoy the process building up the design of this app. Frankly speaking, I have learned a lot from the project and experience. During the usability tests, I happened to interview a friend of mine who was a part-time UX designer, and also she was preparing for the GMAT exam. I learned from her the concept that you are never your app's user, mainly because you designed your app and you are way too familiar with your app. This creates information asymmetry between you and your user. Also, the way of conducting user research and usability tests really matters because it is easy to lead interviewees during an interview and then interfere the results of the research and tests. I was actually surprised to see how much more information I could obtain from my interviewees just by staying silent and asking them to, think out loud. Thirdly, everybody sees the word differently. A feature you believe necessary may be redundant to the target users, so always decide based on data, interviews, research, and tests. And finally, if condition permits, I would like to interview more people. This I will, obtain more first-hand data for decision making. And that's pretty much all of my project progress and my learnings from the project. Thank you very much for watching. Good day.